Ronje Abarrientos. Ishikawa did so well for his squad, leading the offense. Let's see him on your screens. Finding the open men, and he scored as well for his squad. That's him there. Once again, expected to lead the charge.
皆さんこんにちは。本当にそうでございます。今日はホーム最終戦ということであります。横浜 B コルセアーズ、選手、スタッフの皆さん、そして
There you have the lineup of the Yokohama B Corsairs.
ブースターの皆さん、ようこそ横浜
Quickly looking down.
お越しいただきましてありがとうございます。
And there's Devin Oliver in your screens. Not available today. That's going to be big. We have some proceedings here first, but now let's take a look at some of the action. That's Kenta Morii there. You can see. On the other side, always at the controls. He's usually the backup. But at the same time, you can see, without Yuki Kawamura, he was thrust into the starting lineup. Some announcements being made here inside the stadium. This is the outside of the white ring. These are some of the action from yesterday. Kurihara came in, hit a couple of shots there. That's what he's there for. Jared Uthoff forcing his way inside, will miss, but will get the putback. Looking at the top performers for the squad of the Shinshu Brave Warriors yesterday. Justin Mutz, top scorer, did 16 points. 14 points for Ishikawa. 10 points for Wayne Marshall. And Angus Brandt, together with Elliot Donley, had 8 points apiece. For the winners, the visitors yesterday, 21 points from Jared Uthoff. We also had a tremendous game from Kai Soto, who had 18 points, together with 7 rebounds. Koyasudo was also in double digits. Only 3 players in double digits for the winners. Koyasudo had 10 points. 9 points for Devin Oliver before he had to sit down. And today, unfortunately, he is not available. Nice look there at Kai Soto as we take a look at the comparative stats from yesterday's affair. It was quite close. He actually had 4 deadlocks yesterday. The first tie was at 30. The last was at 60. It was close almost all throughout. The biggest lead in the ball game for Shinshu was at 10. That was at 25-15. The biggest lead for Yokohama was just 4. That began at 40-36. There are the officials being introduced. We've got referee Ozawa, referee Maruyama, and referee Uchida.
本日の北斗プレゼンツポントスイーパーは第一学院高等学校長野キャンパスの皆さんです。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Let's listen to the PA announcer first.
それでは両チームスターティングファイブの紹介です。はじめに横浜 B コルセアーズ。ナンバー1ジェロード・ユタ。ナンバー9ユセル・シュギウラ。Number 11, Kai Soto. Number 18, Kenta Morii. Number 30, Koyasudo. 指揮を執りますヘッドコーチは青木武人。
just about ready to get underway as we've got the starters now being introduced. Starting five for the Shinshu Brave Warriors. Starting out with number 3, Elliot Donnelly. Number 11, that's Kaito Ishikawa. Number 12, Louis Kurihara. He is now thrust into the starting lineup. Number 25, Justin Mutz. Number 26, they have Angus Brandt. There's their coach, Coach Michael Katsuhisa. Both these squads want to be able to finish the season strong. Started from the other end. We're going to have number 1, Jared Uthoff. Number 9, Yusei Sugiura. Number 11, Kai Soto. Number 18, Kenta Morii. And they have Koya Sudo. Number 30, rounding out their starting unit. There's Morii. Once again, let's go through the starters. You got Donnelly, Ishikawa, Kurihara, Mutz, and Brandt. The Corsairs, it's Uthoff, Sugiura, Soto, Morii, and Sudo. Here we go. Second game of our back-to-back encounters between these two squads here this weekend. Filipino fans, hopefully, we get to see RJ Abarientos, who was not listed yesterday, but today he's listed. So he just might come in place of their starting point guard. Here's Ishikawa. We're set for the tip-off. It's Brandt up against Kai, just like yesterday. Ishikawa will have first crack at the basket here together with his squad. Donnelly, straight line drive, almost lost it. He felt he got the mismatch there against some of the smaller guards. Donnelly is a tall individual. Open three. He's going to drop there for Donnelly. He can hit that, but that's not his forte. He likes to be able to actually put the ball on the floor, take it straight to the hoop. Use his size and his quickness. Morii wants to get it to his other import, and he does. Nice setup there, but it's not going to drop. Jared Uthoff has had a miserable end to the season. His numbers have dropped drastically as Ishikawa puts up a 3, hits! That's what needs to happen. Exceptional outside shooting from the guards to open things up for the big men inside. Nice Soto operating on the outside. He's got to set that pick. Sugiura left wide open. He can hit that shot and does. Both teams now on the board. Ishikawa getting away from the defense. Finds his big man. And the foul's going to be called. That might be on Sudo. But it's on the floor, says Morii. That was clearly a reach-in. Not much of a foul if you look at it. That's why Sudo couldn't believe he got called for his first personal. Kurihara, no space to operate. And then, find space. Then find out when to drop though. We'll have to bring it down. Foul on the pick. Stopping the action. First foul on Kurihara. First foul on Shinshu. Sudo. kind of overpower Kurihara as he just tries to muscle his way. Let's get the shot though. Mats. Very versatile input. On the straight line drive. Came up short that time on his up and under move. Sugiura was in a rhythm. Just can't hit that shot though. Still a 1-point lead enjoyed. Foul will be called, stopping the action here. That will be the first on Mori, the second on Yokohama. Have to get around that pick. Sawa comes out to get it. Goes in attack mode right away. Conley has missed now from both corners. Kaisoto will get it in the move, will stop, pop, and hit. Brandt asking for a flop. It's now the first lead here for Yokohama, 4-3. Ball moving once again here for Shunchi. Kurihara still tries to get it to Brandt. That's a perfect pass. It looked like it was a little too high, but it had just enough air to get there to Angus. Another lead change here. Mori has actually done quite well as a starter. And just as I said that, he says that's why I'm the primary backup, because when called upon, I can deliver even in the starting unit. Goes to Angus. Back to Justin. Justin looking for space. Couldn't find anything. Battle put this one up. Does. But he's going to get denied. That's good defense there from Kai Soto. They really are going to be bothered because 7'3" is hard to be able to get around. And especially over. Wayne Marshall checking in for the first time. Kai King also on the floor now. Good numbers for Kai King yesterday. Let's see if he can come up with back-to-back good performances. They look for Kai. Kai with a flip. Kai now with 4 points in the ball game. They're getting him and finding him in his sweet spot. He's delivering. It's now a 3-point lead enjoyed by Yokohama at 8-5. Action coming off that timeout. Let's see what Coach Michael designed here. Open shot. He's going to drop, but Justin Mutz there with a putback. Well, that's all you want to see. Getting a score. especially coming off a timeout. The outside. Uthoff for three. Back rims that one. Donley collects. They'll bring it up. Everybody getting quickly to their spots. Muntz. Marshall. And then Donley. That's a nice spin. Eventually he's going to lose it though. They push it forward. Uthoff. Now to Kai. And they're going to get into their set. Look at this. Kai on the move. Showing us his mobility there. Trying to get away and around Wayne Marshall. Gets fouled. Sidestep move, more than enough to get contact. First personal foul on Wayne. Second team foul on Shinshu. Kai Soto now on the line for 2 shots. He's got 4 points so far. That's what he has proven he can do, hit free throws. He can also hit the outside shot, especially from 3. He's got 2 boards. Slowly rounding out his game. Gem is a player in Kai Soto. And still very young. He's 21 years old. Huge upside. Muntz finds Marshall. Marshall with a slam and a smart move there for Kai to just stay away. 1-9. Yokohama still with a 1-point lead, and they've got possession. Serving the floor for the Sky team. Kai try to use his speed here. Get away from his defender. Eventually gets a step. Forced to put that falling away. Sugiura always battling. Brand new 14 seconds here for Yokohama. Moving into the wing. This guy realized the fact that shot clock's winding down. He does. And again he'll come up short. They went to Kai Team twice. We got offensive thrust, getting them nothing but. Ishikawa inside, that's a nice flip. And it's now a 1-point lead for the home squad. And the crowd on their feet. And that's the cue here for Yokohama to sue for time as they now trail by a point. Final 4 minutes of the opening quarter here. We'd like to welcome you back to the white ring. Pass just a little bit too high there for Kai, able to save it though. Touch last by their opponent, so they still have possession. Muri to the baseline inbound. Nobody cutting towards the basket. He sends it back out. Josh caught in the ball game for the very first instance. Uthoff now makes his move. Release pass. It's actually a smart move there by Kai to just hurl it towards the ring. Hopefully it hits. Turns out to be a wild shot. Ishikawa from the outside. Yes! It's now a 4-point lead enjoyed here by Shinshu at 14-10. That's the biggest lead in the ballgame for either squad. That's how close it's been. Uthoff. That's from the parking lot. It's gonna work. This is going down court. And now he'll pull it back. Check that. That's now Hoshino in the ball game. And the bench players have been brought in. Right, that's a trap. Hoshino has two minds on what to do there. You see the frustration on his face. He could have actually driven to the basket. He had the inside track. Uthoff and company with possession. Ooh, a foul is going to be called there. Not a smart one by Ishikawa. And he's not happy. Here comes Ron J. Abarientos.
Ron J. Abarientos, Kensan!
Ron J. one of the craftier players you'll find. He's been in and out of the lineup because of injuries, unfortunately. Not able to really settle down. Wanted to finish strong. It's a build-up for next season. Figueroa left wide open at that time. Just again, just like what he did yesterday. Just for so many more offensive sets. And hitting it from the outside. It's a big three coming from Sudo. Cutting that lead down to just one. Here's Ronjo looking for space. Oh, offensive foul is going to be called there on Marshall. It's going to be foul number 2. One of the few things working in the favor of the squad here for Yokohama is the fact that this early they've not yet missed Devin Oliver. Now with Marshall picking up 2 quick ones, he might be sent to the bench. But they do have a full complement of world imports. Angus Brent was their starter here. Fourth shot not going to work. They say just possession to the home squad. Hoshino there. A slight nudge. Sudo saving the 2 points for his squad. Ronjo, baseline and down. There's the quick double. They can't reverse the ball. I'm going to go inside. The angle is poor. That's very good and smart basketball there from Yon Nishino. He just came in and he went straight to the basket. You can see he protected. Here comes another one. Big finish from Yoshino. Back-to-back points. The point I was making a while ago was he protected the ball there with his body on that first instance. And here is his second basket. He scored 4 points in the last 3, actually in the last 30 seconds. What an impact.
第1クォーター残り時間1分16秒。得点は13-17。ウォリアーズが3ポイントのビハインドに変わっています。さあ、ここにはそしてアンナ・ブラウン、マッサー、RJ、三井和也が迎えます。
Justin Mutz will come back in to replace Wayne Marshall, who is in foul trouble. Ronje brings it past the timeline. Finds Mutz attacks. Before he got denied there was a foul. Kai quickly look at the referee. Let's see this, where the contact was. The foul was on Kai Soto. The good block, though it doesn't count, it was on Josh Scott. First personal foul there on Soto. 1:01 remaining in the opening period. Mutz is going to get out of the drop. Fortunate roll. Second in for Mutz. I guess that one as well. The lead again of Yokohama is just a single point. That's all wrong. A whole lot of minutes here. What he has to. Mutz with a steal. Mutz in the open court. The foul will be called there on Sudo. Stopping the action. That is a good foul. Because not getting penalty was Yokohama. That foul, though, will put them in the penalty. That's going to stop the forward progress and might have been an easy layup here for Justin. Second foul, though, on Sudo. They'll have to rest as they bring in one of their young prodigies, Chikara Tanaka. Donnelly will check back in. Donnelly there operating against Kai. Ooh, foul's going to be called here. That was before the inbound, so a chance here now for Hoshino to get on the board. First personal foul is going to be called on the aforementioned Tanaka. Hoshino. Right, he's up at 17. Which Michael always just stressing to his voice. Doesn't matter about the score. Doesn't matter about the standings. What's important is I want you to play hard all the time. This is their first deadlock at 17. 3 possessions before the break. Yoshino ready with 4 points. We get back. We go inside of Scott. Nice matchup against Mutz. Again, a foul before that steal from Ronje. Nope, it's going to be a violation called here on Josh. Little huddle there between the 3 officials. Now they want to add some back to the clock. They did. They added 2 more seconds. This will be still the final possession of the quarter. Grant back in. They're definitely going to go for the last shot. He's going a little early. But it doesn't matter. All they wanted to do was get a foul. Nishino commits that one. And a chance now for them to get more points on the board. So with 7.8, Yokohama can still retaliate. Mats with a missed free throw there. Let's see if this turns out to be a bomb decision for Mats to attack early. As he botched the first free throw. Second will drop. Quick substitution here. As Kazuya Mitsui is sent in for defensive purposes. Tanaka would want to just go straight and attack. They're not even going to get a shot off. Wow, that's lack of understanding and recognition of the clock. And after the first 10 minutes of play, it's a 1-point lead enjoyed by Shinshu at 18-17.
今大会のゲームタイトルパートナー北斗ロイヤルパートナー長野大仏モーターズ信濃毎日新聞アルプスピアホーム博愛小林学科長野舞台蘇我市京都観光バスプレミアムパートナー日本ガス工事三浦ハートクリニックカーペリア高橋堺設備システムプランセラテックジャパンアネックス鈴木オート販売Kストア千葉店電線ホールディングス長野鋼材久保田 CS 放送高見沢テレビ信州長野放送福岡ジミーインコーカーメマリクリニック北洋建設元久八幡屋磯幌ウェブクリニック清水機構以上のほか多数のパートナー様のご支援ご協力により信州ブレイボリアーズのゲームは運営されておりますパートナーの皆様本当にありがとうございます 得点18対17ウォリアーズ1ポイントのリードで第2クォーターへガードごとにマッチャーアンダースプランそして石川海斗栗原ルイス向かいます第2クォーターは横浜ボールのスローインで始まりますウォリアーズのディフェンス
Second quarter, just about ready here. One lead enjoyed by the home squad. To the delight of their fans. They get the steal. 3-on-2 break. Mats inside. Converts. It's going to open up a 3-point lead. Which at this stage is a luxury. Offensive foul is going to be called there. Not a good start here for Tanaka. Came up with a cheap foul after he entered. Couldn't get a shot off there to end the first quarter. And here picks up a quick second foul. Brett back to Ishikawa. Ishikawa looking for space. That's a nice find. Hoshino for three. Yes! It's now a 6-point advantage. The biggest in the contest here. And a quick timeout is going to be needed by the visitors.
前半残り時間9分21秒横浜ボールディフェンスディフェンスディフェンスディフェンス
Back to the action after the quick timeout. Not even a minute gone here in the second period. And they had to swing for time immediately. Wanted to let this game get out of hand. That's going to be a kick ball there. That would have been another turnover. The boys in white caught a break. Coach Michael pleading with his boys, saying just continue to stay the course. Coach Aoki still a little bit more composed, despite the fact that it's his team down by 6. Uthoff puts up a 3, yes! That's why Coach Taketo was calm and composed. He knows what Uthoff can do. So he did do most of his damage in the early part of the season. Ishikawa gets away once again. That nice flip. Wanji gave him some good minutes. 10 points already for Ishikawa. Smart play by Hoshino. There's another turnover from Tanaka. Tanaka's plus minus. Must be getting all-time low here. Brandt. Power move. Now he's taking steps. But will get that miss. Put it through. It's now a 7-point advantage. Could be 8. Scott there will be called for a personal. It will be number 1 on Josh and number 2 on Yokohama here for the quarter. One more free throw here for Brandt. Doesn't really play on the outside, but he gives you a lot of power and strength down low. With that free throw, it's now an 8-point advantage. They feel he's got into a rhythm. Puts up another one. That one has had a good line, just a little bit too strong. Sugiura. Gets it back. Machino with a quick spin. That's a nice kiss high off the glass. He obviously practices that shot. Puts the lead down 6. Here's Mutz. Goes to the hoop. Went straight for it. And rims out though. Morii. Found Scott there. Now Scott was perfectly moving to his left. And that's why that pass turned out to be pinpoint. He's got down to 4. Ishikawa. We go to Brandt. That's too easy for Brandt. Once he gets inside that paint, he's got the power to finish and finish strong. And even through contact. Scott, this is what he can do. He'll overshoot though, but foul's going to be called there on Angus. Angus not happy. Nice smile. Saying, I didn't really bump him too much. Let's watch. Well, there definitely was contact. First personal foul on Angus. First team foul on Shinshu. 40-25 is our tally. 3.5 minutes gone in the second. Ishikawa's gonna get denied. But they're gonna call a foul. Hoshino doesn't like it. He's gonna pick up a personal. As he shakes his head, let's watch it here. The block was clean up high, but there was body. That was the point of the referee. He's spot on. Some referees will allow that after the clean block up high. Some won't. Hoshino now on the line. Check that. Ishikawa on the line. First will run out. Second over drop, increasing that lead back up to 6. Still hanging around here. Yokohama, similar to what they did yesterday. They hung around. Their lead was only as big as 4. When they had that advantage, they finished strong. And they held on to that slim lead, eventually winning it by 10. That was 79-69. Big turnaround here. So back-to-back victories. On the other hand, seeking revenge are the boys in blue, which also come up short. The ball game for the first time is Taichi Kodama. Tino will hold on to it. Brand new 14. Kick it out. Now Mutz looking for space. What a flip! It is now an 8-point advantage once again, matching their biggest lead of the ball game. Scott hits that one falling away. One of the few times you're going to see Josh do that. He likes and gets most of his points off the offensive glass. Not really a creator. He was that time though. Grant can't find Ishikawa. Goes to the opposite end. Kodama. With the shot clock winding down. Kodama put it up. Nope. Will be tracked down by Morii. Foul's going to be called there. Hoshino trying to stop the fast break. We'll find out if this might be called an unsportsmanlike foul. Because it didn't seem like he was going for the ball. That's exactly what Morii is asking. But right now, we're going to have this official timeout.
DSK マルチサウショーデイリーフュージ渡辺パイプ長野朝日放送鈴木岩谷長野ユニフォームパートナー古田クリニックリサイクルガレージ K1 愛車を船橋店新越伝送長谷川自動車昭和電機産業ワールド開発工業加藤グループ、栗田病院、日本ステンレス製法、オリオン機械、北斗。以上のほか、多数のパートナー様のご支援、ご協力により、次週ブレイブウォリアーズのゲームは運営されております。パートナーの皆様、ありがとうございます。第2クォーター残り時間4分46秒得点33-27ウォリアーズのリードが6ポイント 11番ショット、30番主砲が入っています。ウォリアーズ選手交代、ただしエリエ・ドニー。横浜ボール、サイドライン、
Back to the action. Lead pass, finds Sugiura. Long three, not gonna drop there for Uthoff. And they push it forward, Mutz with the slam. Back up to an 8-point advantage. Kai. 10 hits from 17 feet.
Let's go,
Will be called for a foul there, stopping the action. Well, there was a hook. Sometimes pros are taught that because referees sometimes they miss that call. Yokohama on the penalty. Once again, Ishinshu. 13 points already here for Ishikawa. That was a crisp ball play there. Now a 10-point advantage. Could be 11 here with the bonus free throw given to Ishikawa. Kaito on the line now. And to give his squad their biggest lead in the contest. And he does. 11-point advantage enjoyed here by the hosts entering the final 4 minutes. Kai King finds Kai Soto and Soto finishes with a slam. That's going to wake up their squad. Kai Soto now with 3 baskets. Ishikawa, nice find. Brandt gets it over the outstretched arms of Kai. What's 7-3? Didn't bother him that time. Lead back up to 11. Suga will attack. Throw it up. That was a prayer answered. Looked like he was trying to hook a pass over to his import, but flipped it towards the rim and it dropped. Out of contact there. And the referees let it go. Donley's gonna miss. Sugiura is gonna finish. He's gonna cut that lead down to just 7. Yusei Sugiura, a starter here today. Under 3 minutes to be played. Ishikawa again. What a touch. Just throw that up there. In traffic. Now with 16 points is Kaito. King. Great move. Finds his spot. Can't hit though. Ishikawa. Obviously no hurry. They'll take advantage of the foul situation. Tries to look inside. They get it to Brandt. Very close to a 3-second violation, so Brandt knew he had to put it up. Brandt already in double digits here. He's got 11 points. Kai Soto falling away, yes. He has developed that shot. And he continues to be on the upward swing that he is. Well, his dream is make it to the NBA. Just might be within reach.
ファイナルロンドンです。ナンバー26、ブラウン、セカンドタッチダウン。チームファウルはこのクォーター3つ目。コート整備を行っております。お待ちください。前半の残り時間45秒。
Yuki Ohara will check in for the final minute and 35.
ウォリアーズはスリーからミス、続いてナンバー50、ウェイバーシャーピン。
Uthoff. Shake and bake. Uthoff will take this one. It's within his range. I saw it, they said. Stepped on the baseline, so we're going the other way. Great defense from Uthoff. And a counter steal. Mutts in the open court. Kai King just lets it go. $13 points now for Mutts. So 3 players in double digits here. For the home squad, and they're comfortably up by 11. Kai behind the back river, got kind of floating. Well, I like him for trying. Might have been an offensive foul. They let it go. Kurihara for 3. At that time, fraction of a second difference from the game clock and the shot clock, and it looks like Yokohama says, let's go for the final one. Just a foul before the shot. I was about to say that Shinshu has one more foul to give if they want to use it. There's a foul there called on Oshino, but it might be in the act of shooting. That might be 2 free throws as Josh Scott's going to check in for defensive purposes. Remember, no Devin Oliver. He got hurt in the 3rd period yesterday. Soto is limping. I don't know why. I do hope he's okay. I'll check on him in the locker room after this. Fast free throw there. What did you like with the fans? At the white ring. He'll make the second. Cut it down to an even 10 points. Definitely going for the final shot here. This is Ishikawa and company. And he's going to get a layup. That's blown coverage. Tai King's heave. A little bit too strong. And we're going to end 2 quarters with the biggest lead in the ball game here. The biggest advantage for Shinshu at 12 points.
マニランド長野様より選手が愛用しているマフラープログラムでのご提供いただきました。当選者はこちらの方です。当選された方、スタッフがお声掛けいたします。スタッフの誘導でホーム側ゴールバック席後ろまでお越しください。それでは本日はなんとここホワイトリングに長野市長荻原健二様に駆けつけていただきました。荻原市長、ご挨拶をよろしくお願いいたします。
皆さんこんにちは。荻原健二です。まずは横浜の皆さん、ようこそ長野市にお越しいただきました。ありがとうございます。さあ皆さん覚えてますか？ホーム開幕の時に B プレミアに向けて売上12億円以上、これは皆さんのおかげで達成します。そして平均入場者数4000人以上、これもブースターの皆さんで達成します。そしてさらに このアリーナ改革、この環境を良くする、これは市としてしっかりやらせていただきます。あとは選手の皆さん、最後の最後の一滴まで戦い切ってください。応援しましょう。皆さんと共に GO ウォリアーズでいきたいと思います。いきますよ、 GO ウォリアーズ。ありがとうございます。
荻原市長、ありがとうございます。どうぞ大きな拍手をお送りくださいませ。素晴らしいエールを頂戴いたしました。それでは続いて北斗プレゼンツキノコ組と一緒に腸もコートもきれいに金カツモップレースを始めます。では金カツモッパーズの入場です。今回は金カツで腸をきれいにという願いを込めてコートを腸に見立てたモップレースを行います。皆さん金カツしていらっしゃいますか？スポーツを行う方にも非常に大切な腸、優れたパフォーマンスを発揮するために腸活は欠かせません。今日は5組の挑戦者、エリンギ君と一緒に須田修二君、舞茸と一緒に清水夏さん、ブナシメジと一緒に小俣優斗君、ブナピーと一緒に中村咲さん、そして北斗君と一緒に鈴木風太君登場です。ありがとうございます。ではみんなよく見てて、ジャスパーズがデモンストレーションします。よろしいですか？よーいスタート。まずはこのポールを回って、はい、もう一本ポールがあります。もう一本ポールがありますよ。これを回ってエンドラインまで、ここでバトンタッチ。さあそして帰ってきます。急いでさあジャスパーズのデモンストレーション、回って線を越えたところでゴール。はい、こういうことです。では一番最初の挑戦者どうぞ。須田修二君ですね。キノコ組の皆さんはホーム側のゴール下に移動。さあでは1人目いきますよ。エリンギ君ちょっと急いで一番早くゴールした人が優勝です。それでは第一走者、よーいスタート。須田修二君の挑戦。さあそしてもう一本ポールあるよ。修二君頑張って一周して、さあエリンギ君にバトンタッチ。エリンギがどれだか分かってる？大丈夫？はいスタート。エリンギ君、エリンギ君、エリンギ君、あんなにリハーサルしたじゃんかよ。急いでくれよエリンギ君。そこを回るんだよ。回って視界が狭いか。さあラストスパート、急いでもうすぐ1分、せめて1分は切りたい。はいゴール58秒66。では2人目の挑戦者です。よーいスタート。次はナツさん。早い腸をきれいに、コートもきれいに。さあもう一本ポールあるよ。これを一周して待ち構えるのは舞茸くん。舞茸くん頼むよ。舞茸くんにバトンタッチ。さあ行け。お、それよそれ。舞茸くんそれだよめっちゃスムーズ。さあ一周して、舞茸くんはなんでこんなにスムーズなんだ。そのままラストスパート。タイムは47秒21。さあ3人目いきましょう。よーいスタート。今のところ舞茸くん夏さんコンビがトップ、47秒21。さあ急いで。ポールもう1本あるよ。腸もコートもきれいに。 待ち構えるのはブナシメジ君。ブナシメジに向かってさあバトンタッチ。さあ行け。遅いよブナシメジ君、頼むよ。あんなにリハーサルしたじゃないか。あんなに朝早くからリハーサルしたじゃないか。ブナシメジ君、頼むよ。急いでくれよ。急いでくれよ。さあ進行の問題上、すでにトップのタイムは超えられなかったので、はい、ブナシメジ君、そのままコートの手を超えましょうはい、超えられなかったので、さあ今のところ47秒21がトップです。続いていきましょう。続いてはブナピーとサキさんですね。はい、サキさん、中村サキさん、サキちゃん、よーいスタート。お、早い早い早い早い。そう、お子さんは早いんです。超綺麗に、コートも綺麗に。いいよいいよ。しかし問題はこの後、ブナピーです。問題はブナピー。さあブナピー頼んだ。あれ、お手伝いが入りましたか。これはズルじゃないのか。ただ47秒21を超えた時点でタイムアップとします。さああと7秒、6、5、4、3、2、1、残念。タイムアップ、そのままいきましょう。では最後の挑戦者です。北斗くんと鈴木風太くん。風太くんいけるかな。いくぞ、よーいスタート。頑張れ風太。風太くん頑張れ。いいよいいよ。風太くん、こんな大きなモップ持ったことないよね。さあ頑張れ風太くん、頑張れ風太くん、頑張れ。そして問題はこの人、北斗くん、バトンタッチ、バトンタッチ、バトンタッチ、行ってくれ、お願いだ。遅いよ。もう5秒しかない。4、3、2、1、タイムアップということで、はい、じゃあみんな集合。そのまま真ん中に集まってください。優勝は舞茸&清水夏さんのペアでございます。おめでとうございます。写真も撮りますのでみんな集まってください。見事勝利しました夏さんには優勝商品として北斗株式会社様より北斗のレトルト詰め合わせ、こちらが贈られます。どうぞお受け取りください。あとみんなにも北斗様より参加賞があります。後ほど受け取ってください。じゃあみんなこっち向いて、はい、記念撮影。しれっとキノコ組久々にホワイトリングに見参。はい、そちらはペアで見事優勝のペアですね。じゃあお写真撮ります。いきますよ、カメラの方向いて。はい、チーズ。 OK。 はい、皆さんありがとうございました。キノコ組の皆さんもありがとうございました。参加された皆さんありがとうございました。修二君、夏さん、ゆうと君、さきさん、ふうた君、ありがとう。じゃあこちら退場してください。以上、北斗プレゼンツキノコ組と一緒に腸もコートもきれいに金カツモップレースでした。
例年
スト真空でイノベーションオリオン機械。お客様と深くつながり、耳を傾け心に届く製品を作り、それは決して一人の力ではできません。人がつながり、思いがつながり、機能や性能を超える価値が形となって初めていい製品と認められます。目指すのは感動を呼ぶ製品作り。オリ
な車をお持ちでありませんか。古い車車検入れ総合不能。どんな車も全国ネットで買い取ります。豪華買い取り配車をなくるために出ること。リユースリサイクル。CO2の排出量を抑えてみせます。まだまだやります配車を。
キノコは薬ではない。ただ人を守ることができる可能性を秘めている。北斗、キノコの可能性を体に。
こちらご覧ください。なんというシュールな絵でしょう。レースを頑張ったキノコ組の皆さん、そしてブレアに集まっていただきました。注目いただきたいのはこちらです。焼肉どころショールームプレゼンツオンファイヤーショー。試合終了の時点で一番多くのファイヤーを獲得した選手にショールーム様からお食事券1万円分が贈られます。ぜひたくさんのファイヤーを選手に送ってください。現在のところジャスティン・マッツ、石川海人、そしてウェイン・マーシャルがトップ3となっております。キノコ組のみんなもぜひファイヤー送ってくださいね。ナイスレースでした。ありがとうございます。さあそれではボディチャンスのプレゼント贈呈でございます。おいでー、見事当選された方、はい、こちらにみんなで
トネスアートのデザイン B リーグサプライヤーズボルテアダストリア B リーグエンターテインメントパートナーソニーミュージック
Check out the numbers here. The first 2 quarters of play, shooting 72% from the field with Shinshu, shooting 76%. Yokohama, that's tremendous shooting for both these squads. But as you can see there, the big difference. Ooh, looking at the way, the big difference. It's just slowly, just having more field goals made. Our Shinshu. These are kind of deceiving numbers as we take a look at the turnovers, 7 and 8. So both teams taking pretty good care of the basketball. 30 and 20. That's a big discrepancy. So points in the paint is really where Shinshu made most of their damage. Leading scorers, rebounders, and assist men. Ishikawa there leading all scorers with 18 points. Brandt with 6 boards and 6 dimes here for Ishikawa. 10 points here for Kai Soto to lead his charge. Scoring-wise, 3 boards for Jared Uthoff and 4 assists for the starting point guard of the Yokohama B Corsairs in Kenta Morii. More scoring numbers, Justin Mutz had 13 points. 11 points for Angus Brandt, so 3 players in double digits for their squad. Let's take a look first at this key player matchup. The starting point guards. So far, Ishikawa has done much better than his counterpart. And it shows also in the scoreboard. More scoring leaders, so we saw Kai Soto with his 10 points. 6 points for Nishino, that's coming off the bench. And Koya Sudo, a starter with 5. So can you imagine, that is a huge discrepancy in terms of scoring from one team to the next. So 3 players in scoring in double figures here for Shinshu. And just 1 for Kai Soto and the rest of the B Corsairs. Look at that, 18, 13, and 11. Ishikawa, Mutz, and Brand. And then just 10, 6, and 5 were the scoring leaders. We're ready for the second half. Coach Michael is hoping that his squad will be able to get a victory here to make up for that loss they had yesterday, which was a 10-point setback, 79 to 69. First possession to the home team. And it doesn't really turn out well. And they make a count. Talking about Yokohama. Sugiura goes to Kai. Kai sets up his hook. Short. He just can't body up against Brand. Brand is solid inside that paint. You can see the way he pushes Kai Soto out of the way. Kurihara goes to his import. Mutz lost it. Recovered though. Donny will kick it out. Ishikawa too strong. Smart move there from Kai Soto. As that came off last. Off Justin. Good ball movement. Inside, Morii making sure he was very physical. Got the body contact there from Ishikawa. Watch it here again. Went straight into Ishikawa. Second personal foul going to be called on Kaito. As Morii knocks down that first free throw, cutting the lead down to 11. He will make both. So slowly they're going to want to try to chip away at this lead. Question is, will Shinshu allow it? Down to the handoff. Donley will get fouled. Sugiura's going to pick up that one. You know you want to be physical with Donley, but maybe not picking up a cheap foul such as that one. You don't want to get into team foul penalty early. Well, they're going to get a stop here. Third personal foul going to be called on Angus. They need to get more scores. They need to get more baskets. They're trailing by 10. Devin Oliver is one of their creators. He's not available. Sugiura will misfire. Brand clears. Ishikawa just gets it past the timeline and he goes inside. Ill-advised move there. And he got the worst of that particular exchange as well. He got a slap to the face. There were two swipes at his face. One from Kai Soto, another from Sugiura. Wayne Marshall's going to check back in. He's been in the freezer for quite a while because he actually had two quick fouls. Charge is going to be called there. I'm not quite sure what Sudo was thinking. Let's try to see that on the replay. Good acting there from Kurihara, but at the same time there was a slight nudge. Kurihara says, well, the moment you push me, I'm going down. Giving an acting award for that one, but nonetheless, they got to stop. Two-man game. Keep it back out. Under second. Marshall going towards the basket, but doesn't matter because Ishikawa has been on target. Ishikawa now with 20 points. We're talking inside. Have to kick it out. Sugiura for three. Overshoots. Mats pushes. Already with 12-point lead. That's clearly a foul. Smart move there by Mats to just stop in front of Kai Soto. That's when Kai's got to be aware of his surroundings. Not just make a sprint towards the basket. Second personal foul on Soto. Ishikawa again. They leave him alone and he makes the defense pay. Now 14-point edge at 52-38. Flip will drop. Nobody answers back, but they just can't trade baskets at this stage. He's got 6 points. We're going to need a whole lot more from him and the rest of the squad. Ishikawa gets to that first, and other foul is going to be called here in Sudo. That's what I was talking about, the cheap fouls. Remember the Sugiura foul? This would have just been the third. It's now the fourth. So they're in the penalty with a whole lot to be played. That's also the fourth personal foul on Sudo. Wow, 7 minutes. We can be certain Shinshu will try to take advantage. Mats to the corner. Kurihara for three. No. They're going to get another possession. Donley sets up Kurihara again. That's money. And definitely a timeout is needed by Coach Aoki. Things are going south.
得点55対40。ウォリアーズのリード15ポイント。第3クォーター残り時間6分33秒。追い風はいくらあってもいいんです。ウォリアーズ通信の皆さん、お願いします。
昔から夢から得るのさ、約束の夜にかすかな風に願うのさ、静寂の朝に遠い星の少年はその腕に約束の飾り、まだ旅路の最中さ、電話がそのに
第3クォーター残り時間6分33秒。得点55対40。ウォリアーズのリード12ポイント。横浜ボールベースラインからのスローインです。ウォリアーズのディフェンス。
After the timeout, let's see what adjustments they're going to be able to make. That's a poor foul this time from Kurihara.
ファウルはウォリアーズ12番の栗原にありました。2つ目のパーソナルファウル。チームファウルはこの
That's
クォ
going
ー
to
タ
be now
ー
the
に
third team foul. And the second,
ゲームクロックを
here
訂
for
正します。
Louis.
残り時間6分33秒。横浜ボ
Might
ー
have
ル
a very long third period.
ディフェンス。
So many free throws. So far, not too many free throws. 10 taken here by Shinshu, 8 taken by Yokohama. That number could increase drastically, maybe even double. Let's see. Here in the first. Not a good pass. Likewise, after the steal, throwing it away there. Seems like both these teams are now starting to panic here in the final minute. I'm wondering why.
アウトオブバウンズ横浜ボールと判定。
So they're deciding where the inbound will be. It should be from the baseline.
第3クォーター残り時間6分15
We
秒。
have to try to save it. There is the baseline inbound.
横
Now
浜ボ
Kai
ール。
King doing the honors.
ディフェンス。
Mori go inside. Lost it for the meantime. Gets it back, gathers, goes inside. Pass, but Kai Soto was actually hemmed in. Had no space. Conley inside. Nice slam. Secondary break that time works. First 2 points for Donley. It's now a 17-point margin. Morii with the left hand will come up short. Marshall with the rebound. They're trying to blow this game away. Ishikawa. Now Mutz. We'll lose it though. Quick hands coming here from Nishino. Kai King left wide open. Yes!
タイムアウト。ウォリアーズ後
And
半
after that 3,
タイムアウトです。
Coach Michael says, I want a timeout. Gotta talk to my boys. Look at this. Poor transition defense. Nobody running down. Wide open shot.
15秒。得点57対43。ウォリアーズのリードは14ポイント。コートに陽介、ルイス、ドンリー、マーシャル、マッサーが迎えます。ウォリアーズボールベースラインからのスローイン。横浜ボールに変わります。ディフェンス。
Josh Scott back in. There's going to be another foul. That is now going to put both teams in the penalty.
ファーストパスは1つ目、チームファウルは4つ目。ウォリアーズ選手交代です。ナンバー26、ラフイン。続いてナンバー2、アバリアントシン。続いて背番号31番、三井達也イン。
Ronjay Abrantes will check in together with Mitsui. Trying to operate against Marshall. Marshall got clipped. He's still hurt. That might have been an elbow right to the chest. Hit the soft tissue there. Watch it again. Boom. That's where it happened. Already grimacing in pain. Didn't even go for the secondary defensive stop. Kaido didn't realize it. Could have gone straight in for a dunk.
Couple
of slip portions on the floor.
ここでコールド整備を行います。お待ちください。コールド整備を行います。お待ちください。そしてウォリアーズは選手交代です。マーシャルに代わってジャスティン・マイツイン。
You saw on your screens a while ago, Matthew Aquino, hardly been used. He's a 6'9" individual who they can actually make use of. Because of his height, he also has shooting. Ronjay will go to his input, get it back. That's a nice swing. Hoshino for three. Will be too strong. But Ronjay got a nose for that ball. Another shot for Hoshino. Still not going to drop. This time the boys in the mic will try to attack that basket, knowing that their opponents are in the penalty. Kai King will put up a three and come up short. Ronjay says, let me bring it down and let's set up a half-court set. We go to Mutz. Mutz to the attack. Another open three. Hoshino still can't convert. He's 0 for 3. Not a good foul there from Justin Mutz, and Kai Soto says, thank you for giving me 2 free throws. Again, lack of recognition here. Kai Soto, at his height, who has collared the rebound, you just give it to him. Go back down and play defense. Don't give him 2 shots. Marshall back. Muri calling out the defensive assignments. Kai's first rims out. Going to need every single free throw. Second one will drop. Still a commanding lead here at 13. Still a lot of time to be played. And the B Corsairs know they're just undermanned. No starting Kawamura and no world import in Devin Oliver. Marshall goes to his left hand. Smart play. Got 4 points. Not really needed in terms of his scoring, but he's there. Try to stop Kai more than anything else and to grab all those defensive boards. To the wing. They go to Soto. Soto will overshoot. Gang rebounding there if I ever saw it. Now in the open court, Kai King. Nice find. Goes back to Kai. That is great transition defense. That is why Coach Michael called the timeout a while ago. Good help. Much went down to help, and there was actually so many blue shirts around that basketball. Hard to not lose it. Back to Mitsui. Mitsui overshoots. Hoshino saves. Ron J for three. Will come up short as well. They've missed 5 shots from the outside, and despite that, they're still up by 15. They might have been able to put this one away. Nice cut without the basketball. Hoshino scores. That's Nishino. Check that. He's got 3 points, 3 baskets for 6 points. I'm not going to rush things. The shot from the outside hasn't been falling, but another one taken by Hoshino. They still get another opportunity. Just in these last 2 sequences, they've gotten 7 shots and they've missed all from the outside. This time Marshall picks it up and says, look, let me get fouled, let me slow things down, let me take 2 free throws and again increase our lead. Clearly a foul there. Third personal foul going to be called on Nishino. Not quite sure what he's complaining about. He clearly grabbed the jersey. And I think we're going to take a look at this one. This could be an unsportsmanlike foul. And that will be a huge call. That will mean 2 free throws plus ball possession. He's got to go and make a play for the basketball. And Nishino obviously didn't. Though initially there was already a foul. Watch it here. There was a slight nudge. Well, this nudge was prior to that. Here was the grab. I don't know how you can complain about that call. Trying to look at it from multiple angles. But if you just look at the pull of that jersey, should be an easy one. Unless they call the push first, then that should be a technical though. Let's see. It's an unsportsmanlike, as expected. Smart also for the Brave Warriors to ask for a review. So here's Marshall with his 2 shots.
横浜12番西野選手のファウルはアンスポーツマンライクファウ
Still
ル
a lot of time remaining in this ball game. 107 still to be played in the third, and the entire fourth quarter still to come.
ウォリアーズボールでの
Kai Soto rested. They want him fresh for the
ウォリア
fourth.
ーズにツーショット
Marshall setting up. Pretty decent from the free throw line. He makes the first. He's the delight of the fans here at the White Ring.
ワンモー
Marshall takes care of both.
そしてウォリアーズはナンバー
Leads back up to 15.
匠健太
Could be more because they've got possession again here. 14 seconds in their shot clock. Simon has checked in. He played a whole lot more yesterday. This is his first entry. In the backcourt now with Oshima. Cannot play that physical. Not anymore. Not when you're in penalty.
4つ目のパーソナルファウル
So they're going to give away 2 more
チ
shots.
ームファウルがすでに5つに達しておりますウォリアーズに
It's
2
clear
の
their
フリースローが与えられます横浜選手交代代わって2
So
番
a chance
の
now
田
to
中
add to
が入り
their
ます
tally are the boys in blue.
ウォリアーズにツーショット
Tanaka will check back in. He had a miserable first half. Don't expect Ishikawa to miss from the line.
ワンモー
Now this quarter has dragged on. And just when I said that, he missed. Once again, the broadcaster's jinx coming into play. I apologize to Ishikawa. Comes up with a wild shot there. King quickly into the front court. They need to be able to score twice if they can. In between a stop. Get right back in this one. Doesn't find any space. Short down at 3 from Nishino. Six-second difference from the game clock and the shot clock as we wind down the third. Kurihara. Ooh, a 3-second violation will be called here on the home squad. That's when you tell your shooters, just launch. Shooters, on the other hand, if they don't feel that they get the shot in rhythm, they'd like to challenge the defense, make them move by putting that ball on the floor. Final 6.5. Does Tanaka realize it? Ooh, he's going to get bailed out. With still 0.2 remaining here.
ファウルはウォリアーズナンバー50マーシャル
Marshall should have just let that one go.
横浜にツーショット
And Tanaka cannot convert that free throw. Nothing dropping here for his squad. That's where we're going to end third quarter hostilities. It's a big lead enjoyed by Shinshu at 62-46.
得点は62対46。ウォリアーズのリードは16ポイント。ここからです。第4クォーター10分、本当に大事な10分、一緒に戦いましょう。今こそ一緒に戦いましょう。すべて出し尽くす思いで、第4クォーター横浜ボール、ウォリアーズのディフェンス、ディフェンス。
Inside incursion once again. Good start here to the fourth period for Ishikawa. They want to put this one away. Look at that, 25 points already for the starting point guard. His stellar play has really kept Ron J. Abarrientos on the bench. Nothing doing there on the offensive thrust here for Yokohama. 18-point disadvantage for the visitors. Mats apologizes. It's okay though. Just played a solid game for his squad. He's allowed a few mistakes. Boys in white need to score. Taikin realizes that. Josh. Shot clock's winding down. Uthoff forces it up. No. Kurihara clears. Now they're going to use clock, which is a wise move. Ishikawa almost lost it, and he eventually does. Good pressure there from Tanaka. So they got to stop. Talking about Yokohama. Can they get that ball through the hoop though? Hoshino will come back in. They need his outside sniping. He missed 4 open threes in that third period. Uthoff launches. Overshoots. Hoshino clears. He'll push it forward. Mats inside. Easy layup. And the lead has ballooned to 20. And the timeout will have to be called here by Coach Taketo Aoki.
Yokohama ball defense.
The boys in white Yokohama needed to be able to score there, especially coming off a timeout. Marshall pulling his way inside. Looks like we're going the other way though. But still, a 20-point advantage for his squad. Watch it here. And clear up some space. An offensive foul is going to be called there. Kai King delivers. That's going to cut it down to 18. That's a good start. Can they string those points together though? Ishikawa tries to get it back. Scott with the rebound. And they're going to push. Uthoff down. There's a foul going to be called on Simon. Ishikawa is still down. That's not a good sign.
色は白の、車です。車種が分かってないんですが、お止めの方、すみません、インフォメーションブースまで大至急お越しくださいませ。そして今、ウォリアーズ石川海人選手の容体を確認しております。お待ちください。改めてご案内申し上げます。車ナンバー750に佐野6862
Didn't step on anybody's foot.
大至急インフォメーションブースにお越しください。
So just a case of cramps. Quick stoppage of play here for the meantime. We'll be back.
Now 先ほどのウォリアーズのファウルは最後の辰巳選手ファーストパーソナルチームファウル2つ目です。ディフェンスディフェンスディフェンスファウルはウォリアーズ14番の星
It has not really been a good day all over here for Hoshino. Well, he got beaten to the spot. That's clearly a foul. That's his third. He's going to be able to make a shot for his squad, though. King inside. That drops. So 2 quick baskets here for the squad of Yokohama. And they've cut that lead down to 16. Mathematically, still possible. They've got to make their move now. Hoshino brings it out. Lost his footing. 3 seconds on the shot clock. He's wondering what does he need to be able to catch a break here. Not the best of afternoons. Juan Jabriento still on the bench here. Hey, Coach Michael. Nice stop there by Uthoff. Still 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. That's a good recovery. He should have taken at least 2 seconds. But they still have 2 seconds remaining. Catch and shoot. Simon hits. Timely basket there from Simon off the bench. Really thought Randy would be on the floor, especially here. While they give Ishikawa rest from the cramping situation. Foul's going to be called there as Uthoff heads to the line for 2 shots. Brandt picks up that foul. Watch it again. Gets past Simon.
チームファウルこのクオーター4つ目。
And reaching in was
横浜
Angus.
選手交代14番に代わって9番杉浦が入ります。シュートモーションに対するファウル、横浜に2本のフリースローが与えられます。
Sugiura will check back in for defensive purposes, not to mention the fact that he can also hit that outside shot.
ウォリアーズ選手交代、ナンバー0、アバリアントスイン。
And here's Ronjay. Running for the clear out. Finds Mutz. Mutz allowed to attack. Almost lost it. Got it up. Not gonna drop though. And they convert on the offensive end. Jadutov forces the issue. Nobody else touched that ball except him. Tai King trying to do a little bit too much once again. You need to be smart if you want to be able to cut into this lead. That's a foul from Josh Scott.
ファウルは横浜ナンバー40スコット。
I really like the fact that Jardutov is trying to force the action inside, wanting to get free throws because their opponents are in the penalty. But again, you've got to be smart about it.
ショットクロック16秒、ウォリアーズボール。
Kurihara left open. Short. No tough players. Mutz is down. That's not a good foul from Kurihara. I'm not quite sure he realized the fact that they're in the penalty. He saw a fallen teammate, but Coach Michael telling him, yes, you saved us from getting a layup, but you're giving up 2 free throws. Just about the same thing.
そこで20秒間のオフィシャルタイムアウト。さあ、今日はテスのジャスターズの大集合。ウォリアーズの勝利に向けて、あと4分55秒。どうか最後の最後まで一緒に戦ってください。これでは本日の前半終了時点での入場者数発表します。こちら6119名、失礼、6199名、6199名です。クラブ史上最多、ウォリアーズ史上最多の入場者数、これをもちまして B1 通算入場者数が30万人を達成いたしました。本当に皆様のご来場に心より感謝申し上げます。横浜に2本のフリースローのゲーム再開です。
Free throws now for Uthoff. Makes the first. Still a 15-point disadvantage that they're staring at. Mathematically still possible. There's more than enough time But definitely, they need stops. Uthoff takes care of business from the free throw line. Cut that deficit down to 14. Ron J and company will try to use some clock here to their advantage. Grant. Nice swing. Donley will attack. He's got the size advantage and scores. Donley 6'6". Mori'i is only 5'10". He's back up to 16. Nice find inside Uthoff. It's not going to drop. That was important for them to get. Burn away more precious seconds. Barrientos, yes. Timely basket there for RJ. And a last-ditch stand coming up here as Coach Aoki calls this time out. Mori'i brings it down quickly. They've got to get into their half-court set as soon as they possibly can. Look for the open shot. Move that ball around. That's great defense. 2-on-1 break. Ron J up high. And Mutt says, look out below. Ron J with an assist. Mutz with another 2 points. And the lead is back to 20. That just might be it. Scott. Push shot not going to work. We have not yet seen the return of Kai Soto here. He has not played in the fourth. Now they're going to use clock. Nice pass. Another assist here for Ron J. And a big slam again. This time for another of their world imports in Angus Brandt. And the lead is 22. 76-54. And nothing falling. That should be it. And now RJ says, now we don't need any more shots. Let's work this clock. But he wants to get into the scoring act. Will misfire from there though. The flip not gonna work. Brandt. And now Kurihara. We walk it up. Those precious seconds tick away. Donley up high. Another big slam. 3 slam dunks in the last minute here. And the imports have taken off. 24-point advantage. At 78-54. A 4-point lead enjoyed now by the home squad. And everybody, well, practically everybody at the white ring screaming themselves hoarse. Hiroki Matsuzaki will check in. Not quite sure what that's really going to be able to do. Open shot not going to drop. That's hard. Coming pulled off the bench. Now to hit a shot. Here's Donley. Kurihara left open. Flip, not gonna drop. Muri still wanted to set things up. At this stage, he's just trying to cut this lead down to a more manageable deficit, as Uthoff does. And a timeout is going to be called here by Coach Michael. I don't understand why, but at the end of the day, he just wants to make certain that his squad gets the victory today. Back in a while.
残り1分33秒。皆さんへのご褒美だと思って思いっきりはしゃいでください。行きましょう。
Final 90 seconds. Let's see if Coach Michael drew out a play here that he'd like to maybe hopefully try to execute down the line in the last couple of games of the season. The turnover is going to be here. A counter turnover. No look pass. Another slam here for Justin Mutz. He's got 3 slam dunks in the last 90 seconds. Josh Scott gets denied there by Angus Brandt. They push it forward. And Mutz, with the attack, gets it to Ronjay. Ronjay releases and hits that 3. Good sequence here for Ronjay Abarientos. Now with 5 points, he also has 2 assists. All this in the final 2.5 of play. Short there, coming from Matsuvaki, and they're gonna walk this one up. Ishikawa still in the ball game. Look at this. They've got their starting point guard and their backup point guard on the floor at the same time. Seems like they're gonna just take the turnover here. Or will they? No, Mutz is going to still look for more. Shot clock will expire. 9 seconds remaining here, and a chance for their opponents to still try to score. Scott is going to be fouled. Lead is now at 27. Ooh, Matt Aquino is going to check in for the final 4 seconds. He is a crowd favorite. Phil Japanese. Let's see if Matt can get a rebound here. Nope, Mutz will clear. And that's going to be our final score. 83 to 56.
試合が終了いたしました。
And Shinshu able to avenge their loss yesterday to this very same squad. They lost yesterday 79 to 69, but today they come out on top in a huge way. Stick around, we're going to hear from Coach Michael Katsuisa. A lot of the stars here from the Shinshu Brave Warriors. Shinshu won that last quarter, already up by 20, winning that final quarter by 11. Very pleased, Coach Michael, and he should be. Every time you play at home, it's imperative you have the win, regardless of whether it's going to make a dent in the standings. This is going to be win number 10 for the Shinshu Brave Warriors as they improve their record to 10 and 48, which means 2 more games remaining for this squad.
ビーコルブースターの皆さん、ありがとうございます。そして来年また戦うことを楽しみにしています。ビーコルブースターの皆さん、本当にありがとうございました。さあ、ウォリアーズブースターの皆さん、待ちに待った勝利の瞬間、ホームでの勝利です。今までの思いの分、すべてひっくるめて、まずめちゃくちゃ大きな拍手を送ってください。それでは勝利した勝久マイケルヘッドコーチにお話を伺います。本当におめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ブースターに向けての一言をいただけますか。
今は、ちょっと多分言葉出てこないと思うんですけど、後でまた話す機会は、あるので、そこでまとまるかは分からないですけど、とにかく、長い間、ホームで、勝ててなくて、今日、最後のホームゲームで皆さんの前で、皆さんと一緒に戦って一緒に、勝利できて、まだまだですけど、大事な2試合残っていて、でも今は、とりあえず本当に良かったです。ありがとうございました。
今日はクロージングのセレモニーがありますので、またでは後ほどお言葉いただきたいと思いますが、はい、すみません、個人的に僕はその笑顔が早く見たかっただけです。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
それでは本日のタイトルパートナー、北斗特別賞の発表です。本日の北斗特別賞、背番号11番石川海人。どうぞ前にお進みください。プレゼンターは北斗株式会社代表取締役社長水野正義様です。北斗特別賞受賞の石川海人選手には北斗様より北斗の商品詰め合わせが贈られます。どうぞお受け取りください。水野様、ありがとうございました。それでは見事北斗特別賞受賞の 石川海人選手、もう一度前にお進みいただいて、ブースターへの一言をお願いいたします。
まずは今日もたくさんの応援ありがとうございました。なかなかホームで勝てないずっと試合が続いて
First,
て
let's listen to
本当に
Kaito,
申し訳
and
ない
then
気
we'll
持ち
talk
と
about what
やっぱり最後にホ
Coach Michael
ームで勝った
Katsuhisa mentioned.
嬉しさというのをみんなで共有できたのはすごく良かったと思いますし、まだシーズンは終わってないので来週あります。僕らは絶対勝って残留決めたいと思っているので、ぜひ渋谷まで一緒に来ていただいて、渋谷の黄色じゃなくて僕らの黄色に染めてもらって一緒に戦ってください。今日はありがとうございました。
本日25得点、25得点の石川海人選手、見事受賞でございます。おめでとうございます。続いて本日のヒーローアワードの発表です。本日のヒーローアワードナンバー25、
Coach Michael Katsuhisa talked about the fact that this is their very last game here at home. So he said it's imperative that they came away with a victory. They do have 2 more games before the end of the season, but this is their last time playing in front of their hometown fans. He thanked the fans and he said, "We're glad we gave you a victory before we bid you goodbye."
ジャスティン・マック選手にはイタリアの熟睡寝具マニフレックス対マニランド長野様よりマニフレックスのエルドトッパーが贈られます。今お使いの敷シングルの上に重ね描ける贅沢な寝心地、5層構造で高級素材を採用したトッパーです。どうぞお受け取りください。
A bed topper given here to Justin Mutz.
塚田様ありがとうございます。さあ続けてオンファイヤー賞を発表します。焼肉どころ昇竜園プレゼンツオンファイヤー賞、本日のオンファイヤー賞ジャスティン・マッツ選手には焼肉どころ昇竜園様よりお食事券1万円分が贈られます。
Final statement there from Ishikawa. He said, "Our final games will actually be
それではマッツ選手どうぞお受け取りください。
the final 2 games." And so he said, "Please try to support us for the final games before we call it a season."
マッツ選手おめでとうございます。さあそれでは本日はダブル受賞です。ジャスティン・マッツ選手からブースターに向けて一言お願いしたいと思います。通訳はワジーです。
こんにちは。Thank you guys so much for your love and support all year. We've all been able to learn and grow so much, and I appreciate you guys for making my first year in Japan just as amazing as it really was. So much love to each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
皆さんの応援には本当に感謝しています。日本初めて来て、皆さんの応援があったからこそ、いろんな経験もできたし成長もできたと思うので本当に皆さんに感謝しています。
ありがとうございます。この後のクロージングセレモニーもございますので、これ、大丈夫です。今日はダブル受賞です。おめでとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
マッツコールも皆さんありがとうございました。それではこの後2023-24シーズンクロージングセレモニーが行われますので、ここで選手は一旦退場いたします。 ハイタッチなどの接触はございません。皆さんご自分のお席に着席のまま、どうぞ選手スタッフを大きな拍手でお送りくださいませ。
ノンフィクションの僕らよ進め、僕らを立ち裂いたこの世界も続いてくのさ。だったらなんだって言うんだい。フィクションはいらないの、いらないの。僕らは僕らでありたいの。どこ行ったの本当の心、いつの間にか一人ぽつんと。
Now let's go to the highlights first of the match that just transpired. Yokohama actually had a decent start. This basket there inside by Morii. But then when things started to go the way of the Brave Warriors, as Ishikawa knocked down that three, they built their lead to as much as 8, and then they never looked back. Nishino gave them some energy off the bench. That kept them within striking distance. But turnovers such as that would lead to these easy shots from Justin Mutz. Look at the turnover situation. 18 turnovers for Shibuya, 15 for Yokohama. Mutz. Back to the basket shot there. Delivers. Look at that. Ishikawa pushes it forward. Another slam here for Mutz. He would finish with 4 big slams. Smart play there, a la Chris Paul from Ishikawa. Foul's going to be called on Morii. That was a 3-point play. It pays to study the greats in the game. There's Mutz again. That was his second big dunk. He'd have 2 in the fourth. Ishikawa there, realizing the breakdown in the defensive end, gets a layup. First quarter would end in favor of Shinshu just by 1 point, 18-17. The half ended still in their favor as they increased that lead to 12 at 48-36. Forgetting the man with the basketball and knocking it down there was Ishikawa. Kurihara stops, shoots, misfires. But look at Mutz getting the offensive rebound. So they set up Louis again. This time he delivers. That has been the story here today. Just too many opportunities. And they took advantage of every single one of them. Big slam there from Elliot Tonley. Morii will go to the wing. Kai King for 3. Swish. Another solid third period. Look at that movement without the basketball again by Nishino. But after 3 periods, it was 62-46 in favor of the home team. And they kept on the pressure. Nice jumper there from Simon. His only basket of the ball game. RJ. That's his point. Actually his first 2 points. He would finish with 5, getting another 3 at the end of the 4th. Here's Abarientos. Watch this no-look pass. Look out below, says Justin Mutz, as he takes off for that one. Abarientos, nice find. He set up his imports so well. There's another good setup, this time from Donley. And they'd win this one. Running away. Abarientos, no look pass. Another dime. And our final score is 83 for Shinshu, 56 for Yokohama. Now we've got the numbers. Collectively, Shinshu shot 50% from the field as compared to just 37% for Yokohama. Broken down, it's 67 as compared to 52 and 20% as compared to 13. So, that shooting from the field, which is much better, will give them the victory here today. Rebounding, look at this, 47 to 26. Shinshu out-rebounding their opponents by 21.
では初めにこちらをご覧ください。 それではシシュプレウォリアーズスタッフ選手の入場です。インターンコーチ渡辺玲香、マネージャー菅生夏樹、通訳沢地サミュエルジュニア、トレーナー浅野祐希、アスレティックトレーナー若尾達明、ストレングス&コンディショニングコーチ重田正樹、ヘッドアスレティックトレーナーパフォーマンスコーディネーター今崎良樹、アシスタントコーチ井上祐介、トップアシスタントコーチ久山聡、プレーナンバー0ロンチェイ・アバリエントス、ナンバー1タカー・ヘイボン、ナンバー3エリエット・ジョンリー、ナンバー4児玉大輝、ナンバー5山本復帰、ナンバー13マシュー・アフノ、ナンバー14星野恭介、ナンバー25ジャスティン・マッチ、ナンバー26アグネス・ブランチ、ナンバー30サイモン・タクミ、ナンバー31三井和也、ナンバー46生原修介、ナンバー11石川海斗、ナンバー12栗原ルイス、ナンバー50ウェイン・マーシャル、and the head coach 勝久マイケル。でははじめにシーズン MVP を発表いたします。皆様ビジョンにご注目いただきましょう。シーズン MVP は背番号12番栗原ルイス選手です。どうぞ前にお進みください。プレゼンターをご紹介いたします。株式会社長野スピリット取締役中海正彦より、栗原ルイス選手には日本ステンレス製鋼株式会社様よりシーズン MVP の賞金50万円が贈られます。どうぞお受け取りください。栗原ルイス選手おめでとうございます。では見事シーズン MVP 賞に輝いた栗原ルイス選手に一言受賞の感想を伺いたいと思います。お願いします。
まず昨日今日応援ありがとうございました。選手としてもキャプテンとしてもまだ未熟だし、ウェイン・カイトさんから学ぶこともすごいたくさんあるし、そんな僕でも、信じてくれたスタッフ、選手、コーチ陣、それとブーサーさんに、本当に感謝しています。 まだ可能性はあるので一緒に戦ってください。よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。また後ほど栗原塁選手にはコメントをいただきますので、ではお戻りくださいませ。見事シーズン MVP 賞獲得、背番号12番栗原塁選手でした。では選手スタッフの皆さん、どうぞご着席ください。スタッフ選手より一言ずつ頂戴してまいります。はじめに渡辺玲香インターンコーチ。
皆さんこんにちは。渡辺玲香です。まずは今日最多人数の応援をありがとうございました。今シーズンウォリアーズが掲げていた12万人のご来場もありがとうございました。本当に皆さんの大声援は B リーグの中でナンバーワンだと感じています。特に、チームが苦しい状況の中でも皆さんの声援が支えてくれました。今シーズン本当にありがとうございました。残り2試合もよろしくお願いします。
続いて菅生夏樹マネージャー。
皆さんこんにちは。マネージャーの菅生です。まずは今日たくさんの方が応援に来てくださったこと、本当に感謝しています。ホームでは連敗が続いていて、去年から勝てていない状況でしたし、チーム全体としてもすごく苦しい状況の中、チームを信じて最後まで応援に来てくださった皆様に本当に感謝しかありません。本当に皆さんの存在をこれほどありがたいと思ったことはない。本当に皆さん今日はありがとうございました。残り2試合アウェー戦が残っています。今日は本当に皆さんのおかげで勝てたと思っていますし、本当に勝ちに導いてくださったなっていうのを強く感じています。最後まで一緒に戦ってくださると嬉しいです。ありがとうございました。
続いて沢地サミュエルジュニアさん、お願いします。
皆さんこんにちは。通訳の沢地サミュエルジュニアです。まず、昨日今日皆さん熱い応援本当にありがとうございました。今年はスタッフ1年目として、挑んだ年で、本当に皆さんの応援がすごく力になりましたし、本当に自分が信州をスタッフとしての1年目の場所として選んで本当に良かったなと思います。本当にありがとうございました。まだ残り2試合あるので、来週末も皆さんぜひ一緒に戦ってください。よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。
続いて浅野祐希トレーナ
ー。皆さんこんにちは。トレーナーの浅野です。この2日間本当に大きい声援ありがとうございました。最後のホーム戦で